Yeah, so, just recently I have not been doing much vlogs because mainly reason is just that I'm kind of at a, you know, it's like my life goes at a standstill because, I think I've done a lot of good things. I've come so far, but right now I feel like I'm at a standstill because, for one thing, it's like the city of Red Deer is making some changes to the downtown scenery. Like they're putting in new traffic light poles on 49th Street, so eat downtown, and it's a good thing. A good change and all that, and you know, and well, they need to change a lot of things in my thought, and is my opinion, and yeah, make it more kind of big city like. I mean, another thing too is that I gotta learn to love the life I'm living, live the life I love at the same time, and you know, Red Deer has become the most dangerous city in the province of Alberta, and but you know what, you got just someone said on a Facebook short that people in this country, there's a lot of people in this country like that have that crab out of the bucket mentality. Like there are people who do not like seeing other people succeed, because if it reminds them of what they lack. Oh, like duh, like what but you don't even see them. Like I don't have many friends, but you know, well, no, not many close ones I've had. I'm not talking about Facebook friends, but I have people that respect me and all that. But like I've back in my hometown in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, but out here in Red Deer, like I have my outreach worker who seems more. He was a very good friend of mine. Who basically become like one anyway, and but I'm just I can't give up no matter what, and I gotta show that I'm gonna live out my faith by. Well, the big thing is repentance, and I'm kind of at a point where you know all these things are becoming so much obsessions and all that, and just ugh, I really get it gets really aggravating, and you know, and yeah, I'm at a point where what, if I need to detract from the computer for a month, like not be on it at all, then that's what my psychiatrist will say. And these norms about when you have company over, you're supposed to be with them at all times, but like how am I supposed to mask all my tendencies? And like I have anxiety issues, and I get I get depressed sometimes when I'm alone, but my social anxiety is a real thing. Like I mean, a need for solitude just to kind of recharge, but I mean, and for me, like but I'm not supposed to let anything define me. That's what a Christian is supposed to do. Don't let anything define you. Like I gotta be my own definition, and stop labeling myself, and just stop trying to please everyone. And I am admittingly, I've been a people pleaser. So, but I really need to, I really need to make changes. Like one is change my attitude is one, but another one is just don't detached from all my new stuff. Like Larry Wingate said, you can either own your stuff or your stuff can own you. It's your decision, choose wisely. And I've been letting my stuff own me, and I gotta own that. And, like, I think one thing that's been pressing me is that, like, I videoed a game in Black Vaults, also in a BCHL Bulldogs game, and I've been trying to work so hard to get it done before I go to mom's, but because when I get there, I have a gaming laptop that I'm gonna bring back with me, but I'm leaving my Sony Bio laptop there, so yeah. So I'm just saying, like, and I've taken down most of my stuff from the walls, and because I'm not supposed to be doing all that kind of stuff, you know, like be very minimalist, and because I don't have it, I don't have much room in my room, in this house, and we're trying to pinch our pennies so hard so that we can invest in like my care in the so that my proprietor is trying to pinch the pennies so that we can like go on like once in a lifetime trips and all that kind of stuff, because like, I mean, posing the question from Albert Einstein, am I the one who's crazy, or is everyone in this world crazy? But I think the answer is we all are crazy, just some more than others, and I think the whole world is just crazy, but it's all part of what's going to happen, and faithfully, but I do believe we are in the Great Tribulation. Everything's getting harder and harder and harder, and they just cornered the welfare poor, and I think when I think about the politics about the jealousy that welfare sponges have, well, the ones in Ontario and the one around Ottawa area, basically, like, they hate their own countrymen, and they want, all they want is, they hate Alberta because it reminds them of what they lack, and the government's not going to do anything about it. And all that Carney's doing is putting it all aside into his company, Brookfield ESG, and even since the 20th century, the super rich have been opening up bank accounts in countries without income tax laws and that's big time tax evasion there. But I mean, think about this. We have tax havens. Like, when speaking of havens, well, in the internet society, we also have net havens and data havens. It'll be like places where social convention and the rules of the net don't apply. Back in the 20th century, the super rich would open up. Yeah, of course, I'm repeating myself. But we're going to end up having us a society where everyone's DNA and personal info is completely controlled by the nanomachines in their bodies. I mean, Elon Musk is already starting to make some progress in this nanotechnology development. I've already got to my double shot of the COVID mRNA vaccine, and I think my DNA would have actually changed my DNA too. But if you ever have that M mark on your palms, like, that it marks innate intuition, and it's like you just know things, and like, and you don't even know why or how you know them. You just know them, like. But now, I'm starting to get. That's when I know myself, like, I mean, everyone tries to you know, tries to tell me like just ignore it, but I don't think being indifferent is the answer. No, I don't. If any of you agree with me, then drop a like on this video. So, like I think if I ever could, I would take my mom and stepdad's farm up in Stonehenge County, in Stonehenge RM, and I'm of Saskatchewan, and use it, then build on it to house like former inmates and those who are just trying to escape from all the madness from anywhere within Canada or the U.S. And we got only, sometimes I'm kind of in the middle of, we should separate and the West should separate and be integrated into the U.S., But if it means I would get paid by the government to house these inmates, then I'm all for it, But, I guess, because there are starting towards getting the central bank digital currencies, and people are realizing that digital ID is just allowing access to your entire life. If you're basically, it'll control the essence of your being, and the skyrocketing in crime has also fueled the demand for more tracking of people, and it's going to lead to the development of technologies that's going to control our actions. But we gotta know that things are not for us, but for us chosen ones, these things that we know are going to happen aren't taught. These things are like revelations. There are rivers that have been running blood red, and there's areas of the ocean that were blood red too. But and Israel has more nukes than what the armies of the East ever even think. When you first go into that radioactive zone, you'll break out in painful sores, and then just you can end up dead. Like it would just melt your body completely. Well, the sores come first, Yeah, and everyone's saying that the number 7 is the holy number, but the number 6 is just the number that falls short of that standard. Number 8 would be the perfect number, or everything seems to be, even all those numerals are very symbolic in their own way. The New Testament tells about the 12 tribes of Israel in Revelation. About 144,000 from the 12 tribes of Israel being preserved during this tribulation. The tribulation before, I'm starting to see things in sevens too, in Revelation, the 7 churches in the province of Asia, the 7 seals being broken, the 7 trumpets being sounded, the 7 thunders rolling, and the 7 bowls those are the 7 plagues. You know, it's kind of, I kind of, if you're ever interested, I kind of think about the pattern that there is there. But, it all comes, but it all makes sense now, so. But, and because I think, in my honest opinion, I think 4 of the 7 bowls have already been poured. Like, in this past summer, like, all of Europe and Asia was scorched by the sun's rays in the heat. And imagine a lot of people have died as well. Yeah, that heat wave really got. And they were not prepared for. They were not prepared for that wrath. But I believe that the 5th bowl has yet to be poured onto the kingdom of the beast. Yeah, like, then what happens after that is that the 6th bowl will dry up the Euphrates River, and then the Chinese will march their armies towards Israel. Then the final bowl pours in the air, and then a great earthquake will hit this world. One so great it would destroy every city of every nation. Yeah, so. Yeah, just. And then a voice will say, "It is done." A loud voice, basically. And a hailstorm will come down and kill many people that have not repented of their sins. It was said that those who survive and are loyal to the Lamb and to the Lord God, they will rule all nations with an iron rod and smash them like clay pots. So it's said in Revelation about one of the 7 churches there. Yeah. Like, we're not supposed to count on astrology or anything like that either. Like, it's about, because nothing outside of God's perfect will for you can ever define you. Like, because it all comes down to, when you think about it, so anyways, I'm going to end this video here because I said enough. So I wanted to say that, remember to stay strong, and I'll always, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.